What's up, boys? Tricks Ridiculous back with another video. So in this video, I wanted to go over some of the new information. We got some new, more focused dates for some of the upcoming content, the Tachyon Anomalies and the Red Room. So wanted to go over those. And then I wanted to really take this time to go through Black Panther, what I think you can expect from that expansion. Things that I think will make it succeed, and some pitfalls for Crystal Dynamics to watch out for. So before we do, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you do like this kind of content, hit that like button. And if you do like the channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a video. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So we do have new information that the Tachyon Anomaly event will be happening in April, and the Red Room will be happening in May. So this is really nice. This is really, really good information because it tells us that the roadmap is meant to be kind of a continuous flow of content. Now, if you remember, if you've been playing since launch, you remember the game kind of just launched and then there was really nothing going on until we got, Tachyon Rift events pretty much a month or so before Kate Bishop, and then between Kate and Clint, there was basically nothing. It was radio silence for 3 months. There was not a single new activity. And then now we have Clint. So it looks like, we're still kind of on that maybe a little more than 3 month time frame between characters. But the fact that we're getting, content in between that, it'll make the time go by much faster, because as long as you still have something to do in the game, you can kind of go in, new events, new little things. Even if they're not extremely replayable, it does add a level of freshness to the game. So I am more excited about the Red Room than the Tachyon Anomaly, only because I believe the Tachyon Anomaly event will just be kind of a new take on the Tachyon Rift missions, but you can use up to 4 of the same hero. Also, I do believe that it will be capped at power level 100, as the roadmap says. So if you are power level 150, you're probably just going to stomp through everything. It will be fun to kind of goof around with multiple of the same heroes, see how broken you can get things, but I don't think that it's really a piece of end game content. I don't think it will have any new gear to really grind for. So, for that reason, I'm sure I'll play a little bit of it, but once it gets a little stale, I'll probably just be done with it. The Red Room, however, seems like it will be more fun because it will be a kind of a grindable harm room challenge. I'm really hoping that it's maybe even procedurally generated, where every time you go in, it'll be slightly different. There are even whispers about a new currency being part of the event, so possibly a new vendor that has unique loot that you have to farm the currency in the Red Room, and then you can go buy your loot from the vendor. That is definitely much more of a grind I can get behind. So definitely excited for the Red Room event, probably more than the Tachyon Anomaly. So Wakanda, let's get into that. So really, what is coming with Wakanda? Well, just to list it all out, we've got Black Panther, we've got a power cap increase, we've got Claw coming as a villain, assumed to be possibly a raid. We have new enemy types, that's huge. New story, that's assumed, right? We have the new area, which will be the jungle biome, which I do hope they don't call the jungle biome. I hope they call it Wakanda. And then we have a new outpost. Not great, just another place we have to travel to, but it is what it is. So really, what do they have to do to really knock this out of the park, and what are some pitfalls that they should avoid? Well, so the obvious, best things about this, Black Panther, the character, right? Brand new character, Black Panther. Everyone's gonna love him. Really, really excited to play as Black Panther. I think that's absolutely fantastic, right? He's going to add definitely a level of freshness to the game. I always say that, adding new characters adds a level of freshness to the game, regardless of what else you add. So really, really excited to get, more depth in the roster and more team possibilities. A power cap increase. Now, this one's interesting. So they did label the power cap increase as part of Black Panther. This actually surprises me. So I actually was hoping it would come actually a little sooner. And I actually have more on this coming in another video. Just because when you think of things like the cloning labs and other Omega level threat missions, right now everyone is way, way, way too powerful to be able to just, go in those and actually have a challenge, right? Everyone's going to blow through cloning labs blow through the super adaptoid mission. So I was actually hoping there would be a power cap increase along with some new loot prior to Wakanda. But even still, I still think that a power cap at this time would be fine as well. Specifically, which brings me to my next point, is because of the potential raid, right? So it's widely speculated that a massive raid is coming to as part of the Wakanda Black Panther War for Wakanda expansion, with Claw being the final raid boss. Now, obviously, until it comes from Crystal Dynamics themselves, it's not confirmed. They did say new villains, including Claw. So, at the very least, it's a villain sector. Hopefully, it'll be something a little bit bigger than that. But that said, yeah, I think a power level increase is kind of mandatory at that time as well, just because, like, whenever you have a large piece of content, think of, for those Destiny players, think Destiny, right? When a new large expansion comes out that includes a massive raid, like the most recent Beyond Light, with the Deepstone Crypt raid, you have to have some sort of power level increase come with that, right? Because if everyone can just go in it at their current power, then you're not going to have much of a challenge, right? You have to kind of have that power level increase so that people can kind of scramble to get loot and then, face it, when it's actually going to be quite a challenge. And obviously, once everyone gets to the new level cap and has done the raid multiple times, it gets easier and easier. But that first time or the first few times should be much more of a challenge. So I'm hoping that that's why they're doing it that way. Like I said, what I just said there also, in my mind, applies to the cloning labs and the super adaptoid and other omega level threats. I think that at the current, if they just come out at current level cap, I think they're going to get blown away. But hopefully, I would rather it happen. I'd rather those get blown away than the new raid get blown away. So that would be good news. Now, the new enemy types, this is huge. Obviously, a lot of people have been hoping for new enemy types. People still cannot believe that we're still fighting AIM robots. Personally, I think we're going to be fighting AIM robots pretty much, for the life of the game to some level. Even if we get brand new enemies in Wakanda, I'm sure there will be areas or there will be missions that we go back and fight AIM robots as well, right? So I think just having new enemy types in general, it is still great because at least it can mix them in. You can have maybe some missions with one type, some missions with the old type, or maybe a mishmash, whatever the case may be. Overall, though, new enemy types, definitely a plus. So obviously, new story, that's nothing to really write home about. I'm hoping that it's going to be Kate level good, if not better than, Hawkeye level good. Definitely can't be Hawkeye level good. And then the new area, the Wakanda area, it looks fantastic from the trailers. Really excited to see how it looks in game. They're calling it the jungle biome. Like I said, I really hope they don't call it the jungle biome on the map. It needs to just be called Wakanda. So that might have just been some prior language that they were using on the map there. But final product should be called Wakanda. And then they say there's a new outpost coming, which they mark as like a feature. Honestly, new outposts are terrible. I've been against new outposts since the Shield Substation Zero came out. I understand it will be in Wakanda, so it'll probably look a little cooler. It'll probably have the Sherry pattern machine that got data mined there, so probably where you're going to be able to get new patterns and things like that. I'm just not a fan of having like multiple outposts. At this point, this would be the fourth different outpost we can actually go to. And especially like if there's different things to pick up at each outpost, it just doesn't bode well to have to go and travel to each one. And especially, for my outdated ass, I'm on the PS4, so the load times are, not great. Those of you on PS5 or Xbox X, you guys are probably looking good. But either way, that's not great in my opinion, but I don't think it really makes or breaks anything. So the only thing I'll leave you with is, they really can't do what Hawkeye did with this expansion. Now, I don't think they will, because this is marketed as being the absolute largest expansion they've done. This is basically their version of the Taken King from Destiny 1, right? This is their big turning point expansion that absolutely opens the game up to the next level. So it really can't be like Hawkeye, where it's 3 missions of mindlessly wandering through the desert that you could not even care less about, and then one mission on the map after. Okay, it needs to have its own end game. It needs to be a complete package right out of the box, and that includes any type of roadmap type content, beyond the current roadmap. So when you look at Hawkeye's DLC, you've got obviously the Hawkeye, expansion, the Future Imperfect, but then even further down the DLC, you've got the Project Omega, right? The villain sector with Monica, which takes place right after Hawkeye's campaign. You've also got the Wasteland Patrol coming after that. So it's like Hawkeye's DLC is a seasonal type slow drip content. There can be a little bit of that with Black Panther, but that cannot be the main focus. There needs to be end game content right out of the box with this DLC. It cannot be you play the story, you beat the story, and then you just have to wait, a month, 2 months for the next piece of end game or for the rest of the story to develop. It cannot work that way. That would be a major L, and that would be, not how it needs to be. So that's really all I've got for you in this video. Overall, though, absolutely psyched for Black Panther. Really can't wait for him. And, for all the events coming up before them, take a look at my other videos that I've done on the roadmap. Tachyon Anomaly, not super excited about. Red Room, pretty excited about. Project Omega, not super excited about, just because I think it'll be just another villain sector. Hopefully we can get that Cosmic Cube as a major artifact, and that'll really, branch things out. That could be good, but I'm a little doubtful on it. And then for the Patrol, I really think Patrol will be good. Phil recently mentioned that there's a chance we can get credits on Patrol. So that would be cool, but I really think they need to get Patrol right. If, those of you who have played Marvel Heroes Omega, or if you played Destiny, Patrol modes in those games, Midtown Manhattan, that's what they need. If it's just going to be dropping in on, as a group of 4 and just kind of wandering around a massive wasteland, no one's gonna like that. So anyway, that's all I've got for you in this video. I won't go on forever, but let me know what you think down in the comments below. And if you made it this far, you're already too deep, you might as well leave a like and subscribe for more content. And follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and join the Discord as well. All those links are in the description. That's it for me, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.